I've always thought of watching them growing up, and you watch the way they run their offense. Usually it starts with the physicality and the ground game.
Wants to go up top on first down. He let the thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that run. Good coverage.
Rides to back and leads it. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Tigers come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. It's complete on the right side. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just.
Oh, he's got some space. And they'll get enough for the first down, and that's how things will come to a close here in the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Callaway. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. All right, guys, let's talk LSU. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
He'll throw on third down. Pressure coming. Blasted as he lets it go.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback, give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's 4th down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game. And on a critical down distance like that, comes up with a huge first down.
Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Irvin. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it and still on his feet. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
All right, they get the completion. Don't get the first down. So we've got a massive decision now, 4th and inches. Personally, I like QB sneak. I think that picks it up right here. No matter where you are in the field, you can keep this drive going.
And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. And this one is perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Mississippi State made it look easy today, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit road win. And a victory like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Bulldogs. Top 25 teams and a very clear outcome today, guys. Ought to be fun to see how the rankings are impacted this week.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going, down 3-0. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Off play action. Under fire. He turns it loose to the left. Already toasted coverage. Got it deep downfield.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Wants to keep it in the air. Got his man in the middle. And the Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try to power their way ahead. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that 3rd down and short.
There he goes! Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
And this QB, man, how about it? It's a pass play. He's dropping back to pass. He realizes it's man-to-man, and as they start to chase their guys down the field, well, nobody's got me, and I can just take off, and I've got speed. He chews up ground so easy, so frustrating for a defense to have to deal with a guy like this.
Looking downfield on 1st down. There's the pressure. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
This defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman-caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Throwing right. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them a shot toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Oregon!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. And we're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. It's Crowell. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. To the air on first down. Not able to hook up the air, incomplete.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him.
Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just great job.
Makes a catch at the 20. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow.
Turning it on. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. They'll run it on first and goal. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wants to go up top. Gets it to him on the screen. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
Worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's third and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. Touchdown LSU! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. Second and 10, he'll throw again. Here comes the heat. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback. On third down, really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looking to throw on first down. Sends it downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
To the air on second down. Under fire. He'll heave it deep. Snags it on the right. Touchdown, Ducks! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
Man, how hard is is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Pulls it in on the right. Boy, are they running that huge play. He's got it down to the 9.
Thank you very much. That's what the quarterback's thinking on that last play. I think he was even shocked that his receiver was that wide open downfield. He'll take it.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Touchdown LSU! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Oh, they're after him. Makes the grab. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, Oregon. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. The give on the counter. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Quick completion to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Throws for the tight end. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
The Ducks want to pick up the tempo. He'll pull it on the read. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
I know that was third down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now they're setting up fourth down.
The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Scrambling away. On the run, fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. And the Ducks are moving quickly down the field. They'll use the running game on first and goal. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Ducks! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They come out now down by 2 possessions, 28-17, and hoping to use this drive to draw closer. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. And here comes the offense on second down. Might be calling a hot route. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. LSU right back to the line. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Slips through the line. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Hand off from the shotgun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
Throws to the tight end. Got his man on the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It's not just a dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about...
Catch and stride inside the 15. And tight coverage right there, but he makes the grab, and they've got it on the 11 and a red zone chance. The Ducks have taken it inside the 20. Looking to throw on first down. Here's a heat. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Second down, he'll throw it. Rushes on him. Intercepted deep in his own end. Trying to take it back. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Tigers! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball skills, just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
Now they'll try the two-point conversion and try to crawl within 3. They'll go to the air. Gets it out fast. He is denied, no good on the two-point try, and the lead remains at 5. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Play before the end of the quarter. Looking downfield on first down. Firing to the right, complete. Looking for room at the 40. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the fourth quarter. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Out of the gun to give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
How about the blow he delivered in banging his way to the 41?
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
The Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And this offense stays aggressive, and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country. Touchdown, Tigers! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
Man, how about this quarterback right away seeing, I got to get rid of the football. There's a lot of guys near the line of scrimmage. He spits it out, and I let my receiver do the rest. Let my playmaker make me look really good. Really nice pitch and catch. And guess what? You got the lead now in the fourth quarter.
Working that left side now. He will be stopped short. They can't get the two-point conversion, and they're still up by 1 here in the fourth.
29, Oregon, 28.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Still on his feet at the 40. He's loose down the left side. The 20. Past the 10. Touchdown, Oregon! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And at this stage of the game in the fourth quarter, big-time players make big plays in big games. What a great job after he secured the catch in the open field, showing off the speed, taking it to the house, and with it, his team now has the lead.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That number 1 beside your name is a heavy burden, and when you're behind late, the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Right back to the well. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in their gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Quick strike complete. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. The sure hands, it's Callaway. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big 3rd down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
LSU moving quickly, going to work again on 1st down. Caught behind the line. It's Crowell. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Now on 2nd down. Quarterback making adjustments. Going to swing it on 2nd down. It's complete. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the 1st down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Sends it back in motion. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Touchdown, Tiger! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And the sticky fingers makes a two-point conversion decision a good one. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
And the Ducks have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. The Ducks have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Wide receiver going in motion. They go right back to it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
The Ducks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll go with a direct snap. He's stopped right there, short of the first down, and this defense trying to preserve the lead. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He's got it, 1st down and more. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. A fresh set of downs after that 4th down conversion, but still the up-tempo as they get to the line quickly. From the gun, the ground game. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
The name of the game right now is getting yards and getting them in chunks. However you want to do that. I'm fine running the football, but you've got to be more productive than what we've seen on these last 2 plays.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Chambers. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
This quarterback has to stay calm, cool, and collected and drive his team down for a score late in the 4th. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Oh, he makes the catch. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. He would love to have picked up the first down there, but saving the timeouts, saving the clock, much more important right now.
Yeah, that could save the game because now I can work the middle of the field still. Now I can still take those shots deep. When I get without timeouts and those start to dwindle, I get very predictable. So great job getting out of bounds.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Finds a man on the right. And he'll get out of bounds. It's a first down there in plus territory and now threatening to get the score.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And you got to use a timeout right now after that run play. You've got 3 in your back pocket. You can't take them with you. You're losing this game right now. So take all the time you can to make sure that your quarterback and your head coach and play caller are all on the same page.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle. It's in goal. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. Floating away.
Job by the offense, coming up with a huge play when they absolutely had to have it the most. There are virtually seconds left on the clock right now. Big-time players making big plays in big games to close this thing out.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air on first down. He's taking a deep shot. It's incomplete. A last gasp effort, and the defense finds a way to survive it. What a battle this game was. Went right down to the end. #1 team in the land gets knocked off. But sometimes this gives you a chance to recalibrate some things, guys.
Yeah, and they're going to have to go back and watch this film and face some tough truths as well, because we know they've got a ton of talent, and this is a team that when they're playing their A game, they look like the best team in the country, David. Consistency, though, is going to be a big thing for them moving ahead.
Yeah, so you got to use this. You got to look at what you did wrong. You got to say, okay, maybe we're not as good as we thought we were. Just because we were #1, that doesn't mean anything until the end of the season, and you're the last guy standing, and you have the trophy. So take this loss, work on some of those things you think you need to work on so it doesn't happen again.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.